It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're going to look here at Derrick Henry. He just crossed the century mark last week with 105 yards. It's the Titans and the Raiders, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 23.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our two quarterbacks in this one, it's really a good matchup when you boil it down. Derek Carr of the Raiders, Ryan Tannehill of the Titans.
And I think that each quarterback wants to play this game with a faster tempo. They want to get the plays in quickly, get in and out of the huddle quickly, take just a few seconds at the line of scrimmage and survey the defense, and then attack. And I think that we'll see both offenses try to do that in this one.
2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here come the Titans for their first possession on offense, and leading them out in his 4th season with the team, 10th overall in the NFL, Ryan Tannehill.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 105 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Third play in this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Tannehill. That's complete to Traylon Burks. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Titans are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. Second down, they go again with Henry. And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46. Tannehill now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Now, first carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. On 2nd and 7, Carr. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down.
That's interference.
Let's check in with our referee. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot without creating extra contact.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw, Tannehill. Over the middle into the hands of Burks. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far on this drive. This offense on the march.
Henry is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Tannehill to the sideline. Randy Bullock out now for the Tennessee field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Bullock's kick is good, and the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A Raider first down, Carter Renfro.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw his Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there.
Still first down.
Now Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. To throw again on second down. Carr got a man open. It's Darren Waller. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Carr. And his throw here is incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Carr going to throw. And that will be incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, You might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tennessee offense set to go again. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here comes Abdullah on the return. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. From the 45 on 2nd down, Carr. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
A 1st down for Davante Adams in his first season with the Las Vegas Raiders. Over the previous 2 years in Green Bay, he led the NFL in receptions and touchdowns, and he's building off of a 123-catch, 1,500-yard season. Now, of course, in Raiders black and silver instead of Packers green and gold.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. On play action, now Carr. Open man, that's Renfro. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Here's Jacobs. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now Carr. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now a play fake. Carr. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Titans getting set and ready to go here for their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. To throw on 2nd and 6. Tannehill. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. It's complete. Burks. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. From the 44, Tannehill to the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. To throw is Tannehill. And that is incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And he's gonna miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They were losers a week ago to Arizona, but they're on top here as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun now for Carr. Back to Renfrow again, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Carr now on 1st down. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. To throw, it's Carr. Steps up, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks him backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. That's caught by Waller out left side. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Carlson is good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he returns this to the 22. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. And meanwhile, for the Titans, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the 2nd half is now underway. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, They've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. A dime look defensively here for the Titans on 3rd. Here's Carr. And that is incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tannehill, and it's caught over the middle, Hooper. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Tannehill. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. On 1st down, Carr. And that's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll get this down only to the 18. On 2nd and 9, Carr. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Nice job of bottling him up to defensively, and now it brings up third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Carr now to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Carlson able to put this one through, and the lead stretches 16-3 now. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you said, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, it makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives. And a loose football, but it looked like the Titans were able to recover, and indeed they will keep possession of the ball. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
If these guys got to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Tannehill now to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Phillips. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the 3rd at MetLife Stadium. And the Jets have just scored to extend their lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. From midfield, here's Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now Carr again. Short throw going to be caught by Waller, and they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. From the 35 back to work on 2nd and 4. Carr looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 35. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
To throw is Carr. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Carr. And he'll just get rid of it. This Titan defense, they just will not give in easily. Looking for another stop, 3rd and goal. Now Carr. And he's got Renfro in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They begin with Henry. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Henry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. And finding the tight end, Hooper. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards.
Back to throw, Tannehill. That pass taken in by Burks. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That's good.
To the air again, Tannehill. He finds his man, complete. It's Phillips. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And they'll work this down inside the 30. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Now Tannehill. Running the slant, that's Hooper. And he will have a Titans 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Phillips. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
They'll give Henry another shot. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there. with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Titans are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. And now here come the Raiders. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Throwing now is Carr. And the pass complete to Waller on the out route. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Carr finding Waller there for the Vegas first. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Holding. Offense.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hole.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Once again, it's Jacobs. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So now Tannehill and the Titans down by 2 touchdowns. 1:50 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Gets it to Burks. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Raiders pick it up. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Titans offense now. They work their way back onto the field. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. It's caught by Hooper. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. And he'll be brought down at the 27. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Tannehill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Traylon Burks. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raider D, they get the football back. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync. So for Las Vegas, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.